Joining us now to discuss is Celinda Lake, president of Lake Research Partners. She polls for Biden, Harris and the Democratic National Committee. Celinda, just a timely conversation with you this afternoon. Let's get straight into it. How does the vice president poll in this country right now?
Well, right now, people don't know her that well. And like all vice presidents, she polls pretty close to the president. But people are going to take a very excited, fresh look. They're going to find out more about her and her record and her accomplishments within the administration. And when they have seen her up close, they love her prosecutorial style. They love that she fights for our futures, our freedoms, our families, and she's going to poll very well. The formula for success for Democrats is also to win women by more than we lose men and to energize our base. And she is tailor-made to do exactly both of those goals.
Well, women are one demographic group to pay attention to, Celinda, but there have been others that we have tracked moving away from President Biden throughout the course of this cycle. Black voters, Latino voters, young voters, the coalition he relied on in 2020. Right. Is Kamala Harris the person to put that coalition back together now, 4 years later? To what extent can she bring those minorities back home?
Well, she has been persistently polling better with those groups to begin with. And I think she is exactly the person to bring that coalition together. And it's not just bringing it together, which is a very good question. It's also energizing it. A lot of young people and people of color are thinking, I can stay home on the couch here. I don't have to go to the polls. So energize them, unite them, and energize and unite our side, litigate the case, make a strong case for our accomplishments. She's a great candidate at just the right moment.
Over the weekend, we had CBS News come out a few days ago talking about Trump at 51% versus Kamala Harris at 48%. Do you have similar figures?
No. First of all, one of the things that's wrong with that poll is there's nobody undecided. There's nobody voting third party. That's not very realistic. Secondly, at that point in time in voters' minds, she wasn't independent of Biden. Presidents and vice presidents always pull together. And indeed, she has been pulling very similarly. So I think what's going to be really important, voters are going to take a fresh look this next week. And I think watch for the polls week after next. They're the ones that are going to be far more telling.
President Biden, I've been covering him now since the start, has been talking about how Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. Does she have a chance to potentially change what Democrats voters get fired up on? Does she lean into things like abortion, which we all know Joe Biden does not like to talk about?
Yes. First of all, she's been the front voice on abortion. She's eloquently made the case. She's strongly made the case in a way that a woman in particular can. And she's been at the forefront of that message. She's also at the forefront of the democracy message. I mean, she was an attorney general. She fought and served actually with the president's son, Beau Biden, as attorney generals, and they fought for democracy. So she's very strong on that issue, strong on voting rights and voting issues. And what does democracy mean to people? It means freedoms. And what is one of our major freedoms that's under threat? The ability to make your own decisions about your own body. She's going to be able to very comfortably and very forcefully make those linkages.
That's clearly a strength. Celinda, how vulnerable is she on the issue of the southern border and immigration?
Democrats are vulnerable on the issue of the border, period. And she's no more vulnerable, I think, than anyone else. Voters are unhappy with us on the border. They don't know what our stand on the border is. And I think she's going to have the ability to lay out the program. And we're not going to deport 10 million people. And we're not going to deport people who came here at 2 years old. That's just un-American, and we're not doing it.
Well, Celinda, as we consider the idea, which of course is not a given, that Kamala Harris could be at the top of the ticket, the question would be who would best be able to join her to supplement her weaknesses and reach out to demographics that she may not be able to do so. I know your area is polling, not necessarily direct advising, but who would you expect to poll the best with her?
Oh, I think we have a whole bench. And I think what's really great is this is the chance to see a whole new set of leadership. And Joe Biden, to his credit, appointed the first leader in Harris to be part of that new leadership. But we have governors, we have senators, we have a lot of people in swing states. So we have at least a dozen people who would be great. And I think, and that would bring along key states.
Could you name your top three?
I won't name my top three, but I'll name my top eight. which would be Wes Moore, Gretchen Whitmer, Bashir, Cooper, Shapiro, Kelly. We got a lot of people.
That's a long list. Makes you wonder why
It is a long list.
Why
It's a
didn't we
good
have
list.
a robust primary if you've got that much talent, hey? It's a big question at the moment.
Well, we don't have time for a primary.
We
But
need a few
I
hours
still
to
see
discuss
some
that.
kind of- You'll see some kind of process at the convention, I think, and Democrats will weigh in. And Democrats are going to just be wildly enthusiastic about this ticket.